Hey, what's up? It's the Wibbin Brothers here with another job review. We want to show you guys one of our favorite residential home golf sim projects. This is a special one to us because one, we love the customer. Shout out to you, Steve. Thank you so much for supporting us. But it was just one of the most challenging and unique projects we've ever done. So we just wanted to walk you guys through what challenges we saw and how this one came about. So first thing first, we'll just talk about the vision. So the homeowner said, hey, I really just need a space where I can just get away from the work stress and have my own little man cave to hit golf balls. That was one. And the second thing was he said, I got 3 young boys and a wife, and I want to make sure my basement is great for the family. So making sure that they had plenty of open space for the kids to run around, the toys, the pop-a-shot, that kind of stuff, and making sure that this wasn't just a golf takeover room. So that was really important to him. So balancing those two things were something we were, up against right from the jump. We also didn't have the ceiling height, so we'll get into more of that later, but that meant just from the jump, we knew we needed to do a dig down here. So yeah, right now, Steve's showing you guys some of the initial photos that I took. I went on site and I measured everything. And when we are doing a basement reno, this is obviously an unfinished basement, one of the key things is we don't know where the sim should go yet. So that's a hard thing. And so when I'm doing a site survey, or one of our team is, we have to measure everything. And that's the crazy thing. And then when I pass over those measurements to Steve, sometimes he's like, wow, you just sent me 1,000 different measurements.
Yeah.
But we have to, because what if we switch designs? Now we got to go back and remeasure. So that's one thing that's unique about our process. We're measuring under stairs, we're measuring pipes and ducts and little things in the wall, concrete foundational things, stairs, plumbing stuff, you name it, we're measuring it. So that's what we did, and Steve was able to recreate this 3D model of the bare bones of the basement. So yeah, Steve, walk us through a little bit about like deciding what direction to hit and what that was like once we did map the whole space.
Yeah, so after the site visit, we rendered it up, and this was the existing basement. So it was kind of a blank canvas, a couple different directions we were thinking about going in. Originally, we thought about hitting this way, but it took up too much room in the basement. So we decided on going this way, and then keeping this whole area as like a kid's room, playroom area, and then this would be the dedicated golf area. But with hitting in this direction, one thing to contend with was this support column right here. So we had to talk with the engineering team and the contracting team to see if it would even be possible to move this beam. And I'll show you some photos of that process. But ultimately, we were able to move the beam. So look at this photo here. Pretty amazing what they can do.
Yeah,
so they dug down around it temporarily and then added in support to relocate it. Again, I'm no expert on engineering, so make sure you have a good structural team involved if you're considering doing something like this. But this was a key factor to the entire build. If this column couldn't move, the sim wouldn't work. So they were able to move the column. And then that freed up the space here.
Just with the removal of that column, one thing that was really unique was where the heck it should be reinforced. So I know originally they wanted to do it some kind of like in the room even more, and we were going back and forth. And I remember you were showing them 3D swing plane models to see where that corner by the stairs, that framed corner, in your backswing as a righty player, would we hit that corner? And I remember you measuring that down to the inch of like where the club would be moving in space to make sure we had enough room.
And this direction too, we have, it's not just the ceiling height, but it was also the height to the HVAC here.
Yeah.
So we only had about 8 feet from the bottom of this this HVAC to the floor here. So that would have got it in the way. So we had to dig down a little bit further in order. So it wasn't just a ceiling height, it was a couple other things that were also lowering the overall height. So we had to dig down a few feet in order to get away from this soffit here.
Yeah, and once we knew we had to dig down and move some of those things, the next question is how much should we dig? And that's always a big question because one, the homeowner's thinking about cost, how much of my basement should I blow up essentially, and you want to do this very carefully. So I remember you guys went back and forth on how long should we call it the pit or the dig down go. So do you remember like a lot of those conversations you were talking about, like with seating, that was like the main driver, I think.
Yeah,
right?
well, the limiting factor again was this HVAC column here, which was getting in the way of the golf swing. So we had to dig down deep enough in order to get at least 10 feet of height to this soffit. And then another thing was how long do we go with the dig down?
Yeah.
If we stopped the dig down too short, then your seating is elevated or your stairs are closer to the golf area. So we went a little bit further back, and this did two things. It pushed the stairs back, but it also allowed seating to be on the same level as the golf area. So you can easily get up and grab a club and go hit and then sit back down on the couch.
Yeah, and that doesn't seem like a huge deal, but you would be surprised. One of the biggest complaints we've heard from sims that are not ours is that when you only have that second level higher up seating, people feel like they're so removed from the golf sim that having your friends go in and play and then go back and then go play, it takes too long and it like kind of ruins the round. So that's a really important piece, is like getting everything on the same level.
Yeah. And then another cool feature here, we did a hidden door on the right wall, because behind this wall was a whole mechanical area here. So they actually dug down some stairs and put in a door here, and then we were able to do a hidden door feature and pad over it so you don't even know it's there. Yeah. That way he can still get in here and access this for storage or his mechanicals, his plumbing, whatever he needs to. So we're still able to keep this area functional, but hidden, which was pretty cool.
And one of the little details that actually makes a big difference too, this is a shout out to the GC, this was a great call on his part, but I remember when we were there early looking at that space and we were walking through it together, he said, you know what would be a really good idea with this inset stairs? We should make the doorway higher so that when you're coming from the other side of the stair, you don't feel like you're going to bump your head on that normal 6 or 7 foot high door. Yeah. I think they made it a 9.5 foot door. Yeah. That way it wouldn't feel so cramped. I thought that was a really good
and here's the
small
stairs.
Detail.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we were able to put that in our 3D design and reflect it and show the guys in the spec sheet what it was going to end up being.
Yep.
Which was awesome. So one other thing too, as we got more and more into the project and we finalized design, the customer is like a big TV watcher. He loves watching YouTube golf. He wants to watch games, a big sports guy, big Giant fan. Yep. There's probably Giant cool memorabilia around. But you can see he had these big OLED TVs in here. He was big on like, hey, if I'm sitting and I'm playing golf, I want my data. I guess there's 4 TVs in total. So we have 2 data ones, and then we have 2 back in the lounge there for watching games. And this is an awesome setup. He can kind of see whatever he wants all at the same time, which is pretty cool. And then he also has video cameras. And one of the cool parts about this was you can see part of Steve's design here was a recessed camera in this back wall. Sometimes if you don't have something like that, you might have to just put it on a tripod. But because we planned the design like this, that camera's built in, and the other camera, the face-on camera, is right below those 2 data TVs. Yep. So that with little kids, there's no wires around, no one's going to bump into a camera. Because that's probably one of the trickier things to plan around is the cameras. But this one came out really seamless with that.
And then under the stairs, we actually did a cabinet for the computer. So right under here, so here's the staircase. Underneath the staircase, we're able to have a little cabinet here for the computer and some general storage, which is really nice. Didn't have to have a computer cabinet on the floor. Yeah. And a great use of space having that, under the staircase. So.
And now all the low voltage and cabling can go back in there too. So if we ever need to service it, which is great, we just go right around the other side, right to the underside of the stair closet, and then we can just get in there and keep it smooth forever, which is good. Yep. There's also, in that under the stair area, customer loves high noons. It's like his favorite go-to. So we designed him a recessed fridge area. So because we have power back there and it's easy, we have plenty of ventilation, it made sense. We were able to fit a recessed fridge, and it's just the high noon fridge. It's high noons and waters, and he can have a great time while he's golfing, which is such a good add for that one. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, this one came out pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of preparation, a lot of back and forth with design, coordinating with contractors. This was a lot of work, and to move a support column in your basement and to dig down that deep. You want to be sure that it's going to work out. So that's why we're big on preparation and getting ahead of the design and making sure that, okay, if we do this, this is going to work, and we're going to be happy with the finished result. And ultimately, this one came out fantastic. So
yeah, my favorite part about this whole thing, one, like Steve said, the whole job came out great, but this customer uses this thing almost every single day, and he'll send me videos and pictures of like his kids running around because we have everything nice and level. It's very safe.
Yep.
It's a fun room. The kids love watching movies in there. Him and his wife will sit down there and watch a movie. Whoops, that was loud. And they'll just have a great time together. But there's a really hardworking dude who just wants to come home, de-stress a little bit, and play some golf in his basement. And couldn't be happier with the results. So thank you for trusting us with this build. Thank you guys for watching the jobs with the Whippen brothers. And we're excited
Whatever
to...
this is called.
Yeah, we're excited to share these projects with you because so much goes in.
Yep.
And these are the stories that you never really hear. So thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.